We call it configuration management. Let's start with a scenario. Let's consider a situation wherein you are working on a project. You are working on some work packages on the project, and you are looking at one of your project documents called WBS, Work Breakdown Structure Dictionary, that you are using for the project. Now, you are working with that document. We discuss a lot more about the document when we get to scope management. So, your scope has been broken down into your work breakdown structure, and your work breakdown structure dictionary is elaborating on the content of the work breakdown structure. So you have used the work breakdown structure dictionary to understand the deliverables that you are supposed to work on for the project. And in fact, you have even completed development of your deliverables, and you have sent it for quality control. That is, you are doing normal control quality process. Then you are surprised. The control quality team rejected your deliverable, stating that it is not meeting the acceptance criteria. You are confused because you have the work breakdown structure dictionary that clearly spelled out what the acceptance criteria for your deliverable would be. Then it was pointed out to you that the work breakdown structure dictionary you are working with is different, is an old version. So this kind of problem is what configuration management is trying to address. This kind of problem is what configuration management is trying to address. To avoid this kind of issue, you need a concrete system for configuration management. So what is configuration management? The main purpose of configuration management is to manage and control product configuration. It plays a role, of course, this is part of your integrated change control system. It ensures that the system integrity is maintained when changes are made to individual configuration items, and then a full audit chain of all changes is maintained. Definitely there will be change at different times, on different documents, on different things on the project. Configuration management is that system or methodology of managing changes to your documents, managing changes to your product specification, product configuration. So when you hear of configuration management, one thing that should come to your mind is versioning. How do you ensure everybody on the team are working with the same version of everything? Everybody on the team are working with the same version of your documents, of your specifications, of your configurations. So configuration control relates not just to the project products, but also to a lot of documents, your designs. How do you ensure everybody they are working to the same version of your designs? They are working to the same version of your plan. They are working with the same version of your product specification. They are working to the same version of your test specification, and lots more and lots more. This sounds small, but the reality is that on a project, it could cause a lot of chaos when people are working to different versions of their documents, of their plan, and of specifications on the project.
So let's discuss the configuration management plan. We understand what configuration management as a principle, as a concept. You understand what it is by now. So when you draw up your configuration management plan, what do you do? What's the document for? So the plan describes how configuration management will be conducted throughout the project life cycle. So some of the things you put inside here is how would the configuration item changes? How would you be changing those things? You want to change your plan, you want to change some specification. How do you change these things? How would the whole configuration management thing, how would it be managed? What roles, what responsibilities? Who is in charge of this? Who is in charge of this? And then the communication aspect of these things. When your plan has been changed, how would it be communicated? How will the new version be disseminated to the various relevant stakeholders? Because without having a documented approach, a documented set of steps with which you want to change your product specification, change your plans and change your designs, change different things, and you don't have a documented approach of communicating these things, ensuring everybody knows that some of these things have changed and everybody gets the updated version of these things. If you don't have a plan, a documented plan and approach and set of steps to handle this thing, you'll be surprised that your configuration items will be missing, either or incomplete, and then you now have to be doing a lot of unnecessary work simply because there's lack of versioning or document control on the project. So while a configuration management plan is important for all projects, it is particularly important in some areas. For example, software projects and some other projects. It's actually important everywhere, but this is just little emphasis for software. Okay. So this is just an example of just a depiction. You have throughout the life cycle of a project. At the beginning, of course, you have the first versions of all your documents and plans and all of that. And then as those things are changing, you want to ensure that your configuration items are managed appropriately. You want to ensure you maintain the integrity of your documents across board, across stakeholders, the accountability, the visibility, reproductivity, coordination, controllability, and trackability. Okay, so this is like a flow chart about configuration management system. There's a request that you want to change something in a document. You register the request, and then you update the record, of course, that you have registered something, and then that goes into the configuration management system. And then after that, you do an assessment of, okay, so this document needs to change. We want to change this document. We want to update a section or modify a particular part of the document. Is it accepted? If it's not accepted, update the person who requested the change that, sorry, your document your change has not been accepted. Maybe you want to modify a design or you want to change a specification. If it is rejected, update the person that has been rejected. If it is accepted, go ahead, update the plan. And then once you have updated the plan, go ahead to do the amendment. So all of these are tightly joined, tightly related to ensuring that the configuration management system is updated and the necessary processes are followed throughout. Okay, so quickly, let's just know the difference between when you say change request, approve change request. So the word approve there is one of those things that will make you understand the difference between them. So one key item you should be familiar with for the challenging situational exam questions is the subtle difference between a requested change, that is a normal change request, and an approved change request. So anytime you encounter a change request, you want to look deeply to see, is there any pointer in the question that is talking about the fact that that change request has been forwarded to some people for approval? Once you see that, then and of course it has been approved, then that's an approved change request. If not, it is simply a change request. A change request that has not been approved is just like a wish. It's a wish list. It's just a wish. Some people are just saying, okay, I want this, I want this, I want this, and then you want to, so you are issuing a change request. It has not been approved, so you cannot implement it. You cannot unilaterally approve changes on your own. So you have to pass through the established change control mechanism. So approved changes are those that have gone through the change control system and have been approved, and so they are now part of the project, and then whatever impact that you analyzed earlier that the change will cause, now that impact you should be expecting it.